job loss is being felt nationwide, especially among Black women in the labor force. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in February, more than 10.5 million Black women were employed. But by June, that number dropped below 10.3 million. That's a loss of more than 300,000 employees in just months. Some of that job loss can be attributed to cuts in the federal workforce and the dismantling of DEI programs in the public and private sectors. Gender economist Katika Roy joins us now. She recently wrote an article for MSNBC that examined Black women leaving the labor force, and she joins us now with more on what she found. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
300,000 Black women leaving the workforce in 3 months sounds like an alarming number. How and why did this happen? And why do you say it's not a coincidence?
Well, the job cuts, yeah, it's a good question. So if we take a step back, this is an economic alarm bell.
Wait. First of all, what the hell is a gender economist? I have honestly, and maybe I'm new, maybe I'm not familiar with it. What is a gender economist? I've never heard of a gender economist before. Have y'all ever heard of a gender economist? Is that a new program that we not familiar with, that I'm not familiar with? Has anybody heard of a gender economist? Anybody inside of the chat? I didn't even know that they had gender economists. What the heck is a gender economist? You an economist and you never heard of that either? I've never heard of a gender economist before. This is the first time. Just pointing that out. Let's continue.
The primary piece that we are seeing is the federal job cuts and the agencies that were actually targeted for those cuts, such as education and healthcare, which are predominantly employed Black women. So, for instance, if you look at women's labor force participation and the percentage of Black women in the labor force, they make up about 6% of the labor force, but 12% of federal jobs.
Wow. And we've certainly seen that loss, and we felt that loss locally for sure with the federal.
You know what's so funny about this whole conversation is I said, because I'm not even going to deep dive into the Black woman thing or, certain aspects of it. I'm going to wait until I learn more about what they're saying, right? I have said that for a long time, it's a reason why they have to promote certain fields to women, right? Meaning that, for example, it's common for you to hear women in STEM or Black women in STEM or whatever like that. Girls who do STEM work or whatever. And I've done whole live streams about it. And the reason that they have to promote that is because women don't normally go into fields that men traditionally dominate and control. And it's not because of misogyny. It's not because men are trying to prevent women from being there. It's not because you can't take those same classes in college. It's because women tend to go into fields that usually are more administrative and nurturing, and men tend to go into fields that are more technical and a lot more hands-on. So our natural inclination is to go left or right, depending on what your gender is. And when we said that, people disputed it and it tried to make it seem like, oh, no, it's because men are misogynistic, or it's because men tend to do this or men tend to do that or whatever, so on and so forth, when it's not true. If you just let people naturally pick what it is that they pick instead of promoting to them, then that's not to say that you can't or that women are not interested in technology. Even when women go into the technology field, they don't go to be software engineers mostly. They just don't. They don't go to cloud infrastructure. They're not trying to become AI machine learning. You know what women tend to go into being when they go into the technology field? Product owners, project managers. They don't even become scrum masters. They're not good at it. I've seen so many women lose their job at being scrum masters. Women are project managers and they're product owners. They can tell you what, because that's more administrative, to be honest with you. They have a technical understanding of what's going on. They understand the roles and responsibilities, but that is more administrative. That is not tech heavy. They don't have to speak the language. They can't tell you what a syntax error is. They don't know exactly where you put the bracket. They can't tell you how to, and that's, again, it's not to say that there are not women that are in those fields, but what I am telling you, look, Black Beauty says, I'm a scrum master, but I'm not even working in that capacity right now. I'm doing AI project management. If you let people, and if we stop trying to pre-program or force things on people, then you will naturally find that they navigate into the thing that they're more inclined to do based off of the fact that God made them a woman and the fact that men made men, or God made men. And you said they are great interior designers. Facts. That's why women will say, well, if you build the home, I'll make it a home. That's why they say that dumb stuff. If you build it, I'll make it. And when guys tend to be gay and go into women's fields, what do they become? Interior designers, makeup artists, and dancers. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Or assistance with picking your clothes. Every single time they overdo the thing that women do. When guys tend to be sassy and they try to get into women's fields, they always want to pick out some clothing and some designs. They want to pick out some patterns. They always want straight lines, don't go with polka dots. Let them women have their jobs. Let the women do what the women do. Why you got to go and take their jobs? And why you don't see women trying to be linemen, trying to be up there with 10,000 bolts running through that thing, doing it live? Because their hands ain't steady. They scary. They scared of everything. They not even strong enough. They not strong enough. I don't feel comfortable with a woman on my 30 watching my back. When we was in the steel mill and we had to go into them pits, and you had to have a +1 just in case you fell out down in that mug or you had an accident, I didn't feel comfortable with no woman on my 10-4. What do you mean? She gonna watch me? Nigga, she can't carry me out of here. She can't help me. Why would I have her watching my back? But guess what? They all was in there with their hair done, had their hair, it was wrapped up in a bun so that when they can get off of the steel mill, they're going to go straight to the after hour spot. Straight to the after hour spot. So now when you see all of these women, well, I'm going to hold off on that part. Let's continue.
Reduction. What kind of impact? So we talked a little bit about the economic effect. What kind of impact is the loss of Black women in the workforce having locally, nationally? I mean, what does it mean for the future when it comes to things like student loans, home ownership, and building generational wealth?
And that's a great point. So one of the things that we know is for every percentage point of women leaving the labor force, it actually hits GDP at about $164 billion. So in other words, the connection is 1% equals about 146 billion GDP loss. But then we have things such as housing, the spillover effects that you were talking about, housing, healthcare, education, et cetera. And we've seen that even with inflation, right? So Black women on average earn 64 cents on the dollar, but the inflation rate as of last week is 3 times that for women's goods and services.
Let me ask you.
So what's really happening is that this is the real great reset. When everybody was sitting there predicting that we were going to have, there was going to be a recession. What they were really saying to you is that women were going to have a recession, not men. When everybody was telling you that it was going to be a recession, what they were really telling you is that there's going to be flower bringing and slow singing at these administrative jobs, and the people that are going to be affected the most are women. The same thing that happened during the pandemic. The same thing that happened when it comes to the federal government jobs layoff. Now everybody want to be a stay-at-home mother. And you can see it when it comes to the influx of information that comes across social media. Look at what's trending. Now, first of all, it was women empowerment, feminism. Now the new thing is, why are y'all shaming women that want to be stay-at-home mothers? Well, no guy ever shamed women that wanted to be stay-at-home mothers in the first place. This was you guys. You said that you can do bad, you can do good by yourself. You said that you wasn't willing to go 50-50. You said that you brought the whole table and that you were the table. We said you were shaped like the table. You said that you were the table. And we agreed with you. Shaped just like a table, round or square, flat butt, flat back. Now it's, oh my God, I want to stay home. I don't want to sit here. I want to raise my kids. Well, that's because women are the ones that get, I said it. Man, listen, I've been telling y'all all this time. You know what industries are suffering? Student loan providers. You know why? Because less women are enrolling for positions that they're going to wind up staying home for anyway. Ain't nothing like a woman to go get educated so she can stay at home and raise her children. You just wasting time. You wasting time. You're wasting time. You're wasting energy. We know that you're not going to do anything. You just want to feel like you're doing something. So now that y'all want to know what we really do, you want to know what we really think about y'all, I'm going to break it down. Forget all of this. Let me tell you what we think about y'all. Let me tell you what guys that make a lot of money or guys that are super productive on their way to making a lot of money think about you and your career, right? We know that it is a waste of our time and money, but we accommodate you because we know that you want to feel connected to us. You want to feel like you have a sense of purpose. We know that the value that you bring is to shut the hell up, make sure that you're a good mother and for the children, and that you're playing a very good supportive role and to be the best woman that you can be. We know this. We entertain you. We give you funding to open up your losing business. We know that your business is going to lose money. We know that you're just busy. You're just running around and doing things. We already know that you don't know nothing about business. Even if you make money, it's going to kick your ass. We know that you're going to suffer, but you want to be funded. You want to do your own business. You want to be a boss chick. You want to show off to your girls on all Instagram is for women is the same thing that the hair salon and the gossip spaces when women used to get together and talk about husbands, talk about men, and talk about what they got going on. So now what we know for sure is that the new gossip spaces is the spaces that you guys go on Instagram because you want to see you a baddie. You want to do the Nicki Minaj challenge where you got your red bottoms on and you want to fake like you're doing a challenge, but you really wanted to show off that new pair of shoes that you got. You want to go and get educated. I feel like I need to go to school or whatever. Also, you can shut up and then we got to pay off your student loans. Also, we can have to pay off your student loans. You went to school for nothing, to get laid off so that you can try to find you a man to help you with whatever it is that you got going on. That's the truth. We know that you're not doing nothing. You're not really a boss chick, all of this stuff. And so we tolerate the BS. We tolerate your insubordination. We make sure that we help you with your dreams. Also, you can come on back home and shut the fuck up. That's it. That's it. That is it. At the end of the day, you're going to do what God told you to do. At the end of the day, you're going to do what God told you to do. That's why I don't put no pressure on my daughter. I just go ahead and just keep on working, making sure she gonna go to college. She gonna go to college and she gonna pick a career. You know what she gonna wind up doing? She gonna take the position that dad set up for her when she get done acting like she busy. That's it. Okay. All right. So come on, work for the company business. When you get done playing games, that's why I tell her, don't worry about this. Don't do that. Enjoy your childhood. Make yourself look busy. When you get done, come on home and make sure that you come and do this thing that daddy told you to do. That's it. That's why we work. That's why fathers work so hard. We don't get nothing out of it unless we get super rich. We work hard so that our daughters and our sons is going to be okay when they get older. That's it. That's it. Anton, are you degrading women? Nope. I'm actually helping women. Because the question that you should be asking yourself is, why do you want to do all of this stuff only to, you know what I'm saying? Why you want to waste your time in the first place? That's it. I'm working hard, building these homes, giving her to learn lessons, teaching her discipline, loyalty, all of those things. And then eventually she'll take the helm of all of the companies that I built. And then hopefully she manages it effectively. That's it. Yeah, girl. I'm gonna go to her taekwondo contest. She want to go to the Olympics. One day, if let's say she make it to the Olympics. And then what? Come on home and run these businesses. Cool. What you want to do in school? Awesome. Great. Get you an education. Come on home and take this stuff that I didn't put up for you. And this is how you manage it effectively. This is how much the principal is. Hopefully I pass you down. Let's say hypothetically you give her, a $10 million portfolio, right? That spins off the effective rate of 8 to 12% a year. I know that if you never touch the principal, that you should be solidly making at least anywhere from $800,000 to $1.2 million for the rest of your life. And so I'm going to teach you how to take half of that, reinvest it so you increase the principal, and you should be able to effectively live off of $400,000 to $600,000 a year. And you already got assets, so it's nothing that you can do. I just want to make sure that you're good. That's it. We are the covering for you. That's it. All of this other stuff, you're just wasting time. See, look at Carrie. This is how my husband is when I share my ideas with him. Oh, honey, that's so good. Oh, man, you did a good job. What do you want us to do with it? Here's what you should. Same thing with Rita. She be having all of these little ideas. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. Go ahead and try it. Let her go out there. Then next thing you know, she was like, no, I just want to work for you. How about I just manage what you already didn't put together? Oh, wow, that's a great idea, honey. We make it seem like it's their idea. You know what? You so smart. You are the smartest person in the world. Rita came in the other day. Look, honey. She gonna get this to me yesterday. Look at what they gave me on the plane. They gave me a special note to say that I'm platinum medallion and thank you for being a platinum medallion member. She ain't paid for nan flight. Ain't paid for nothing. Ain't never paid for a flight to save. Can't pay for a flight to save her life. I'm not even sure that she know what a flight costs. I'm double platinum medallion. This is mine's. It just got her name on it. This is mine's. I am double platinum medallion, but she gonna sit there and try to stunt for me. Huh? See? Are you platinum medallion yet? Yes, I'm platinum medallion. I was platinum before you. You know you didn't earn this, right? It's my points. Yes, I did. I'm the one that took the flights. You're right. You got it. You got it. You did all the work to get to platinum medallion. And I'm gonna be diamond by the next couple months. Yep. You gonna be diamond. They be wasting time, bro. They honestly just waste time. That's all they do. Women are like, women are just like, they're like little kids. You know what I'm saying? You watch them play, you guide them to keep them from not burning themselves or jumping into a ditch over there. You know what I'm saying? You know how kids be like, oh, daddy, look what it is that I found. Man, I mean, you be like, oh, man, you so smart. Now, all you be thinking to yourself is, yeah, I got to make sure that I work and take care of this. I got to cover for that. What's her new idea? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's great, honey. You good. You're so smart. Yeah, that's all they are. Wives are just side missions. That's all they are. Women are side missions. They're the ultimate side missions. If we had did this show and we said, because we never do this, right? Notice how we never have any conversation about black men, 300,000 men losing their jobs, 300,000 black men. How is it going to affect the community? We don't have those conversations. Black women, the ancillary costs, the macroeconomics, the GDP. We don't give up. We don't care. We really don't care. Nobody cares. It's just something to do and something to talk about. We would be panicking if 300,000 men lost their jobs. It's a recession. 300,000 women decided to leave the workforce, laid off, and never went and looked for another job. Interesting. Very interesting. Read some of these super chats. Carrie, know it's true. Let me talk about Carrie for a minute. Carrie, know it's true. You know what Carrie's concerns is? Let me tell you what Carrie's concerns is. Carrie, let me tell you what Carrie puts in a group chat. I'm about to tell on her for a minute. I'll go to check on the group chat. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'll go to check on the group chat. This is what Carrie put in the group chat. Cut onions and peppers and onions in 8 minutes flat, y'all. And look at all of the women liking it. Look at the women in the group chat liking it. Look at Carrie. Look at what Carrie posted. Look at Mika's response. This is Mika's response. This is why I don't check the group chat, y'all. Y'all keep asking me, Anton, why you don't be active in the group chat? Carrie is in there posting recipes. She posting her onions. Carrie chopping onions and then grabbing her phone and take a picture of it. Mika's over there responding with the GIF emoji of the onions getting chopped. Honest to God, I went and peeked in the group chat. I just threw my phone back down. There's nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here, guys. Anton, I'm going to be late tonight. I just look at it. I don't respond. I got to chop some greens before I jump on the live stream. I got to chop some green peppers. I just be looking at it. I just be looking at it. What y'all want me to say? What you want me to respond to? How you want me to address this? Look at her. How do you want me to address this? Look, guys, 8 minutes flat.